All right, so how to be a good and bad trader. In this whole episode here, we're going to be talking about how to build that psychology. This is the most key area if you want to become a successful trader. And this is obviously the most unsexy part, right? When people hear about trading or learn about trading, they want to, immediately go to executing trades, getting a nice payout or making money, getting flashy cars, all that stuff, right? But it sadly just isn't true. Usually when it comes to anything in life that requires, putting in work and then getting money on the back end of that, there's a process that you have to go through. It's never just as simple as a click of a button and now you're rich. And a lot of people, this is the first learning curve that a lot of people and most traders, even including myself, had to go through before they realized and, they got slapped in the face and was like, hold on, I think I actually need to do something else, right? So everybody goes through this. It's completely normal. But in this video, I want to show you and hopefully keep some people from making this huge mistake when it comes to building that psychology and learning just how to be a trader in general. This is the most crucial first step. I can't emphasize that enough. It's not finding a strategy. It's not finding some system that you can just immediately start copy trading. It's not some magic indicator on a chart. It is that psychology. So this is something that is super common when it comes to learning about trading, right? Is you have this huge, you have this learning curve in this chart. This is pretty much how every trader finds out about trading, and this is how usually it works out, where someone finds out about trading, they get motivated to start. This could be a TikTok video, a YouTube video, a motivational speech, whatever the case may be. They find out about trading in some way, and they get super motivated to just start clicking that sell and buy button, right, to get into trade. So then they reach a decision point. Okay, there's two paths here. And sadly, including myself, most of the paths start out right here. How much should I start with? You hear this question all the time. How much should I start with? How much money do I need to load in my account right now to just go and blow it all? Everybody has blown accounts. Okay, everybody that's been trading for at least a week or so, you've probably blown an account. So sadly, everybody starts here, then they go through this reset phase of now they're upset. Either they just give up entirely, or if they're motivated again, because then next week they get a new paycheck and they want to do it all again, right? They're motivated to start, and then they get back to this area. Eventually, they go through this many cycles where they're like, okay, this is not working. I need to do something else. This is where that acceptance starts to come, and you're like, okay, what actually should I be doing? This is the good way, okay? So I'm teaching you how to be both a bad and a good trader. Do not do this part. So when it comes to being a good trader and finding the actual path to success, you need to ask yourself, instead of asking the very wrong question of how much should I start with, as soon as you learn about trading, the first question you should be asking is, what should I learn first? What's the foundation that I have to build on? Psychology, learning a system that works, not executing it, not blindly trading it, not what I said over here, just finding a system that works based on your learning path, right? And I like to give the analogy, if you learn how to drive a vehicle, everybody at some point when they were either in their early adulthood, they learned how to drive a vehicle, okay? Now, you didn't really get to choose what vehicle you get to drive in because you're just learning how to do it, right? So it could be a truck, it could be an SUV, it could be a hatchback, whatever type of car, but you have to learn the fundamentals of how to drive that vehicle. And then over time, as you develop and you start to actually enjoy driving and all this stuff, you then kind of get a personality of your driving style. Maybe you find out that you really like driving cars versus trucks or vice versa. You start to then find your personal preference. So right now, we're just learning how to drive. We're not sitting here saying I only like scalping on the 2-minute time frame or some crazy like that. Like you're not even there yet. You're just finding out how to operate the blinkers and the headlights and all this stuff. Okay, so you should never be in that initial learning phase, initially trying to find your personality when you don't even know how to drive the car and get on the highway. So why would you sit here and try to think that you can start with live money thinking you know what works when you don't? You truly don't. So you just learn about a system that works. There's millions of systems that are already out there that are actually really profitable, right? There's tons of there's never a way of trading. There's just tons of ways. There's never just the most optimal way. There's tons of ways of trading. Just find one that really resonates with your personality as you learn this. The order blocks, support and resistance levels, key zones, just the very basics that can be applied to any trading system. You just have to learn the basics, and then you start to apply with, okay, what do I want to apply with? And then you get to where you understand psychology, you understand how to who you want to be as a trader, how do you want to trade, the system, you understand support and resistance levels, you understand order blocks, you understand how to find key zones on a chart. Now you've upgraded to, this level 2 phase right here. So now you learn the basics. Again, we're going to find out how to be a good trader and a bad trader and what sets you back. Okay, so now you're motivated to start with what you learned here, and now the question everybody wants to get to. How much should I start with? You're so motivated. And then again, maybe you graduated here, but now you're going to be back in this perpetual loop, starting over and blowing accounts because you're not there yet. You're not there yet. So many people want to start making money right away, and I like to make the analogy with, in this example, you're building a business. Trading is nothing but just building a personal solo business. If you were building a business, do you think that realistically you can make a profit day zero? No. Do you think a normal startup business is going to make a profit in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? No. Realistically, most new businesses don't even turn a profit in the first year. So why do we think trading is this rare anomaly that's an example of that the small businesses and can actually make money? Like, this is just not true, right? So it's the same thing with this. You still have to learn the basics. You still have to go through the growth phase. You still have to learn all this stuff before you can actually be profitable and actually get your first net dollar from trading. So once you get through this phase again, and maybe you have to go through it. Who knows? Some people just have to go through these mistakes before they learn from them. But if you want to watch this video and let it keep you from doing that, that's even better, right? So the right question again should be, well, how should I execute these basics? How should I execute these and look on a chart and then learn by putting these to action? That's when you start learning risk management. That's when you start learning within risk management, letting trades play out, the math behind trading. Again, we're not live trading here. We're not trading with real money. We're learning now how to execute what we learned back here and applying it here. So within risk management, there's, again, tons of content out here. This video is not specifically to get broken down into each one of these. If you want to learn more and see exactly how we operate this, again, you can see this on the live trade sessions that I do within the Discord every single Wednesday through Friday. And we talk about it, obviously, throughout the week all the time, and people are literally killing it in there, right? So when it comes to this, and you start to understand, okay, risk management, letting the trades play out, the math behind trading. And again, guys, this is a process. I know I'm going through this very simply, but this is a process. This could be weeks, months of learning solid risk management, 1 to 2 risk reward ratios, 3, 4, 5, letting the trade play out, seeing how if you do a 2 risk reward ratio, you only need a 40 to 50% win rate in order to make money using a solid 2 risk reward ratio. So you're not caring about getting an 80 to 90% win rate because you know the math will play out, all that kind of stuff, right? It just takes time to learn. But once you get through that, again, now you have learned risk management. Now you've kind of gotten you got your hand in the jar. You're not all the way in there, but you're just like, okay, I kind of got the gist of risk management. I'm getting it. I'm actually understanding it, learning it, seeing it play out on the chart. Maybe I'm just taking a demo trade where when the market opens, I just put a long position tool on the chart or a short position tool on the chart. I'm like, okay, I can actually see the trade playing out and seeing how the math works. Even if I take a few losses, I just need a couple net wins to make a lot of profit, right? So now you're, again, motivated to start. The wrong way, I'm going to research 10 different pairs and use it on all this, and I'm just going to go crazy, right? Again, wrong. Like, so many people get to this part where even if when they get here and they're just like, okay, I'm understanding the risk management, I'm understanding support and resistances, I know how to read a chart, I know how to chart a chart, I know how to do all that, I know technical analysis, but now I want to go and apply it to so many different assets. Guys, you have so many different assets. You got crypto, you got indices, you got metals, you got Forex, you got regular stocks. Like, you got all these different assets, and within the assets, all these different types of assets. So why do you want to then go out and start trying to master 10 different assets and 10 different asset classes or whatever, when you just need to be good with one, right? You just need to be really, really good in understanding these concepts with just one pair. And that's where you go out and just find one pair. Look at a chart. Maybe where you're living, that it makes sense to, like I do, trade US 30, which is the Dow Jones, or NAS, which is NASDAQ. Because where I live, I can trade that in the New York session perfectly fine. But maybe you live in another time zone, and maybe another asset works best for you. That's where you then start to become familiar with the different markets and the different time frames and the different sessions and all this stuff. So now that you find one pair, find one pair and then find the patterns within that asset. Understand the key areas, understand the key reactions, all these different things with just that one pair. This is where you then start to master that one pair. All the best traders only trade a handful of assets. They're not sitting here trading 20, 30, 40 different pairs going crazy on the charts. That's just, it's so hard, especially for a new trader, to sit and expect that you can analyze and do pre-market analysis every single day on 10, 20, 30 different pairs. You just simply can't. Most of the people get caught in this little loop here because they're either stuck in Discord groups or Telegram groups, or they're watching all their friends make money on all these different pairs. So then they want to apply what they're learning to this pair and this pair, and then they just get caught in this perpetual loop of losing money, and maybe they make a little bit back here because they got lucky, and it's just this crazy cycle, but you're not actually learning and growing. You're just getting lucky, and then you're losing, and it's a terrible cycle to be in. Just don't even do it. So just find one pair that resonates with you, your time zone, where you're at in the world, how you want to be as a trader with using all these concepts that you now have learned, and then you move on to the next phase. Okay, so the next phase is you learn how to apply the knowledge to this asset, okay, and then you're just going to, again, the wrong way. Okay, now I have confidence. I'm going to use this for everything. Again, people want to, for some reason, get like 20 different pairs thinking they're just going to get so rich overnight because now they have a little bit of knowledge. And have you ever heard the saying, like, you got just enough knowledge to be dangerous? This is where that danger starts to get into play, and you're just like going crazy. So again, this is the bad way of going about it. The right way, now you take all this, because in this phase, you're back testing that data. You're going on TradingView or whatever chart system you like to use and go into replay mode and just test all this different stuff of whatever learned with the system that you learned, with the risk management that you learned, with now the patterns that you learned within that asset. And you're just going to forward test it, right? You're going to, whatever time works for you, with whatever session works for you, with whatever asset works for you, you're just going to forward test that on the live market with paper money, with demo money, not a real account, not a live account. Why would you want to lose money in the learning phase? Okay, you can do that on the actual growth phase where now you kind of feel confident and you can then test it with live money. But in this phase, you're just forward testing it. You're just seeing that right here. You're matching the back test data with the forward test results. Okay, so you're over here back testing. Now you're forward testing, and you're sitting here and seeing, okay, well, in my back testing data, I know that I got a 50 to 60% win rate if I can achieve a 2 risk to reward ratio with asset XYZ. Now you just want to forward test that, because back test data is good to find the concepts, but it's not good to find accurate, results that you can always expect. Back test data is back test data for a reason, but you can sit there and build confidence in that strategy and know that over a large period of time of whatever sample size you chose, it can be pretty accurate, right? So now you're just going to forward test that to make sure that the market isn't changing. That strategy isn't just for this specific market, but it can actually be applied to just that asset in general. And then you start to forward test and gain confidence. This is the most key area, guys. You're gaining confidence in a system, your psychology, and the process overall. Because once you start forward testing on that demo account, whatever system you want to use with all this different stuff within your psychology that you have built over time, you're then going to start to gain confidence in that system overall. Because if you see on a forward test, right, you're sitting there watching the chart, you're like, you're in a long position and it's like kind of maybe dwindling and drawdown a little bit, but then all of a sudden it goes in your favor. You can now see that, okay, it's totally fine being in drawdown because I know I've let trades play out and it hit my full take profit, or vice versa. Maybe it was in profit, but then it went back and reversed on you and it hit drawdown, and then it hit your stop loss. But you know that after a few different wins, it totally makes up for those losses, which is normal because you're watching the math in real time play out. Again, this is a journey, guys. You're not sitting here trying to get rich overnight. You're not sitting here trying to make money, and get a Lambo tomorrow. This is a journey. This is the things, and these are the processes that successful people in the trading industry do. So why would you want to subject yourself to the things that most people are not doing and they're actually failing at trading? There's a common saying, and I love it. It's that do what others won't to get the results that others don't. And these are the things that most people are not doing. Most people are just trying to rush the process, game the system, and it never works out. It never does. You hear all these people saying they're getting in and out of trades, they're doing this and that. These people are not long-term profitable. They're not. They don't have a system. They're not journaling their trades. They're not building their psychology. They're not starting at square one and building a solid foundation. This is all you need to build your foundation in the way that you can become a good trader and eliminate the bad trading habits and the bad trading processes that can get in the way of your learning. So I really hope this video helps you in building your psychology and kind of putting things into perspective, so that way you can then build the first thing that truly does make matter when it comes to trading, and it has nothing to do with the system itself. That's just a part of it. The main thing is building that psychology, so then you can move on to the next phase. So there will be another video after this where we're going to be then talking about the system. We're going to be talking about specifics within all this, the risk management, letting the math play out. We're going to build on all of this, but this is the first video of a series of videos on getting funded from A to Z, and where you can truly master that psychology aspect, so then you can start building on top of it.